All right, hello wine drinking people. Today is Friday, the 29th of April, and man, we are not slowing down as the heat is starting to come on here of the summer. May, we've got a lot of great events going on in May, man, let me tell you. Even though, like I said, man, the first couple months of the year, we really hit it hard. We do slow things down a little bit in June. I'm going to be taking off a little time. I usually do vacation in July and August, so the month of May, like I said, man, it's going to be another good month here at the Wine Watch. We just threw this event on the calendar for next Thursday night, the 5th. We're going to be tasting some outstanding Chateauneuf Du Pape, one of France's greatest red wines. Hey, man, this is where the appellation control A laws all got started because, hey, man, when you get the Pope hanging out, this is his wine. You know what people are going to do? They're going to start counterfeiting the wine, man. Once they say, look, man, if it's good for the Pope, we need to start, knocking this off. And this area of France, one of the most highly counterfeited wines early on when they first started counterfeiting wine. So that's why they created the bottles with the unique crest. And the laws were saying you could only make Chateauneuf Du Pape if you had a winery within the appellation control A. You can't just truck the grapes outside of Chateauneuf Du Pape and make them in Vacqueyras or Gigondas, the neighboring areas in the southern Rhone. In this part of the Rhone Valley, very unique. Chateauneuf Du Pape, an ancient riverbed, and when you travel through there, you see these round stones, and there is nothing else on the ground but these huge round stones the size of your fist, very finely polished. You can tell there was water passing over them for many years, and this helps hold the heat in, and these vines, mostly Grenache in this part of the Rhone, really thrive here. Some of the greatest Grenache-based wines in the world. Well, there's 13 different grapes that you can legally put into Chateauneuf Du Pape. Actually, I think it's 15, but 13 main varietals, 5 are white, 7 are red. Like I said, Grenache making up the majority of the blend, but you've got Mourvedre, and you've got Cinsault, you've got some other more great wines to complement the Grenache, kind of add a little salt and pepper to it. And then they had white wines and these red grapes, which is unique in most of the world. You don't see that other than in the northern Rhone with Côte Rôtie. Well, we've got some great vintages on the table. The youngest wines are from '07, which is almost 10 years old now, 9 years of age. This is an outstanding vintage, and it needed that time in the bottle. That's why we do these tastings. We're doing scientific work here with wine. How are the '07s? How are the '05s drinking? Another great vintage. And then we're putting '06 on the table because I like '06 more forward, and I always say the vintage is just a sign of when you should drink the wines. Great producers do not make bad wines. Hey, we've got Clos du Papes. One of their wines was Wine of the Year. I think it was the '05 vintage. We've got Chateau Beaucastel, another wine to hold the prestigious number one wine in the Wine Spectator. Domaine de Pégal, one of my favorite producers, the Cuvée Laurence. I mean, just a stunning lineup of Chateauneuf Du Pape. And hey, we just took in a cellar with an incredible collection of these wines. Vintage, ready to drink at their peak right now, so check it out. I've included everything from this cellar on this offering. We've already got about half of this tasting sold. If you love Chateauneuf Du Pape and wines from the Southern Rhone, you want to check this one out. Next Thursday night, May 5th, I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.